University, and today I shall be taking us through how to create a report card in MS Excel. Now before we create a report card in MS Excel, we know that Excel can be used for various things, analyzing data and any other thing that we need to analyze. So the first thing to do is to launch it to Excel. So how do you launch it to Excel? You launch it to Excel by going here, you tap on the Windows icon, then you will definitely see the icon for Excel, then you click on Excel. So Excel basically will work with all these spreadsheets, cells, functions, formulas, a lot of things you can do with Excel. You can draw charts, you can do a lot of things possibly actually with Excel. So now we have a blank document that opens in Excel. Now before you start working with any form of any document, whether Excel, whether Word or PowerPoint, you should always learn to save. So how do you save? You go here and then you go to Save As. So when you go to Save As, you will save your document in whichever place you have it. You can also access your previous documents and the rest of the things over there. So for purposes of this tutorial, I'm going to use an already worked on spreadsheet. So I will just go in here. Yes, so this is our spreadsheet. So our spreadsheet involves marks from students or pupils from attended primary school, which are end of term 2 results. So we are going to analyze it. We're going to find the total, we're going to find the average, and then we're going to give the students their positions. So this is already pre-done. The names, we have the names of the students, we have the sex, then we have the different subject combinations that they're doing in percentages, and then we have the names of the students here, then the serial numbers. So first of all, we need to get the total marks of each and every child in the 4 subjects. So how do we get the total marks of each and every child? So if you follow like this row here, this is the row for Pio Matthew. So Pio Matthew had 87 in mathematics, had 74 in science, had 80 in SST, had 83 in English. So how do we find the total? So to get the total for Pio Matthew, we just start the tap on that and go to we go to we start with the equal sign, then we write sum total. So when the sum function comes, so when the sum function comes, we delete it. So we can say we want the sum of this, and then we drag till, so that will be from D3 till G3, and then we enter. So when we enter, we find that the total for Pio Matthew is 324. So we can do the same for Gweng Liz. So the Gweng Liz, we also do the same. We say equals to the sum. So the sum comes in here. So we say from D2, then we drag it all through to G2. Then we enter. So that is the sum. So we can now, since we have this formula, don't change much, we can just drag through the whole column, and then that gives us the totals of each and every child, as you can see over there. So this gives us the total of every child. Now we want to get the average. So the average probably will help us in the positioning. So we can position the child. So how do we do the average? So to do the average, we can either say we are going to get the sum of this, then we divide it by 4, or we can get directly from the cell, then we divide by 4. So what do we do here? We say equal to, every function always starts with an equal sign. We say this figure, then divide by 4, then we enter. So when we divide, we find that the average in percentage is 81. So the same also for Gweng Liz, we shall say 299 divided by we say equal to 299 divided by 4. So it also gives us that. So what do we do here? We just drag, for purposes of saving time, and then it gives us the average of each and every one here. So the average of each and every one here is in percentages. Let me see if we can unify. If we can unify these marks. Well, we go to home. See, the decimals are quite many. So when we go here, so we can either increase decimals or decrease decimals. So let's say we want to increase decimals. Yes, I think this becomes much neater. Now when we want to get the position of these kids now, so what we do is we shall use the if function to get the position. We're going to rank these kids here according to 1, 2, 3 like that, and see it from the best to the least best, if that English exists. So for ranking, this is what we are going to do. So we are going to position our children according to how they are performed, and we are going to base on our average. You can also use total, but we are going to base on our average for this guy. So to get the total, we shall say equal, then we put rank. This one helps us to get the total. So when we get the total, we put the number that we want to use. So this is I1, then we put comma, and then we now say we want to get the rank from I1, then we fix it, and semicolon up to I17, then we also fix it, and we close the brackets. So when we close the brackets here, we say enter. So see the position 2 comes. Now how do we determine the other positions? Then we can just go and then we get the other position. So you can see according to the totals and the average, you see that the deep viola was the best, followed like that, and to the person who was the least performed, probably Abraham Waka. Unfortunately, she was the 15th, and even the position she's the 15th. So that is how you create a report card with it. So you can go on and probably say you want to find out if they are promoted or not. There's some other functions you use. Probably shall see them in the next slide and the next tutorial. That is, if you like, subscribe, you will definitely find it. And then the thing like probably comment whether the person has failed or passed, so like that. So those are some of the things we do. So thank you so much for liking my channel and following through. I remain yours faithfully, P. Emmanuel. Don't forget to subscribe and like my channel, and the comments are welcome.